I know this took too long, so let me make it up to you with some beautiful B-roll. What's good with it? It's your kinfolk Dookie, back again with Bang. Budget and new gear reviews to help you get the best bang for your tech dollars. Now, if you appreciated that crispy clean intro, then make sure to hit that sub button so we can continue. Now, if you pay attention to PC news and tech reviewers, then you may already be familiar with AMD's recent release of their 3000 series CPUs. By the time I got my hands on the most powerful Ryzen chip, for now, the tech community was flooded with videos of benchmarking, comparisons, and builds. Now, my initial plan was to do a simple swap with my main PC here, but I figured why not do something fresh? Now, I've been in love with small form factor builds lately, and I figured it was time to do another ITX build. The funny thing is, the smaller your case gets, the more expensive it is.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's when I landed on the Phanteks-powered Metallic Gear Neo Mini, an ITX case with a sandblasted aluminum exterior, tempered glass, and some RGB lighting on the front. As for the rest of the components, I went with the Gigabyte B450i Aorus Pro Wi-Fi with M.2 support and built-in Bluetooth support, the 16TB Team Force Delta RGB memory kit I used in the previous build, this GTX 1070 I had laying around, a 3-pack of dark flash fans that can sync with my motherboard, and this EVGA 500 watt bronze power supply. Now, this isn't a build guide as these parts weren't picked specifically for this PC. But hey, I made it work. Before I started the build, I wanted to pick up some storage. I scoured the local markets and found someone selling a 250GB NVMe drive for the low. So I hit the highway to pick that up. To add some extra storage for games and files, I used an old 500GB SSD from an old build. Speaking of the build, let's talk about this process in the Metallic Gear ITX case. Now, when it comes to small form factor, this may not be as tiny as some of the popular minimalist cases on the market, but for me and my big hands, it was small enough. Getting the PC assembled was pretty straightforward, but there were some things I needed to do first. Since I was using a 3rd gen Ryzen CPU on an older motherboard, I had to first update the BIOS to make sure it was ready to drop the new 12-core beast in. Luckily, I've already made a video on this process using Gigabyte's Q-Flash. So I loaded up my 1st gen Ryzen 1600 and updated the motherboard to the latest BIOS. Now I simply installed the 3900X and boom, 24 threads of power ready to go. From there, everything went pretty smoothly until I reached the bane of my PC building experience: cable management. Ironically, the Neo Mini provides what seems to be suitable and intuitive cable routing, but for the life of me, I just couldn't figure out how to get everything tidy enough so I could successfully attach the back panel. Here's where another delay happened, as I ordered a fully modular power supply, hoping to cut down on the amount of cables. I was eventually able to get what I would call passable management thanks to zip ties and these handy Velcro straps I got from Walmart that I've been attaching to every cable I can find. With that done, it was time to load Windows up, and boom, that's where I hit my second issue. Using the Windows creation tool, I kept getting the issue that wouldn't allow me to continue with the installation. After doing some research, I found out it was a problem with the network drivers, and thanks to this video by the Provoked Prawn, I was able to easily fix it and get Windows up and running. Now, I won't spend a lot of time on benchmarks here because I don't have a true apples to apples comparison, Both systems have varying specs that could come into play when throwing out benchmark numbers. What I'm hoping to do is leave it up to you down in the comments about what I should do with the Ryzen 3900X. Should I leave it in this PC and upgrade the GTX 1070 to an AMD 5700 XT, leaving my main rig to get that upcoming Ryzen 3950X? Or should I throw it into my main machine now for the additional power and use the 2700 plus 1070 as a sleek, beautiful gaming build? Check out the numbers and let me know down below. Alright, to wrap this up, I really love the design of the Neo Mini case. It's small, sleek, and beautiful without feeling like you're giving up too much for the price. Overall, I'm happy with the build, but there are a few things that I would change to make it better. First, I want to switch out the AMD Wraith Prism cooler for something a bit quieter. While I enjoy the lighting possibilities, when this thing gets going, those fans are loud. Speaking of fans, I wish the colors on these dark flash fans were a bit better. Setting everything to white gives them this purplish hue that even had someone suggest I name this Lavender Thunder. But what do you guys think? I'd love to hear your comments, ideas, and even name suggestions in the comments down below. It's your Kinfolk Dookie. I'm gonna get up out of here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and never forget to holla at your boy.